Oh, one other game that I haven't even got to because I've had all these games I've been going on about. Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth. Now, this is really cool. This is obviously by Atlas, another Persona game on the 3DS, and I haven't even taken it out of the shrink wrap yet, but hopefully in the next few weeks I can do that and maybe talk about it in the future. So right now, not a lot to add with that. I picked this up just as it came out way before Christmas, so I'll get to it. Now, Kim got me something very cool for my birthday that I didn't even think about. I've been trying to play my Vita games and my PSP games, like the RPGs like Ys and stuff like that, on my TV for a long time, with very, very crappy results. Nothing kind of worked there, I was trying some from the PSP to the TV stuff with certain models of the PSP. It's a big pain in the ass. I hated it. And then I was talking to some people, and they're like, yeah, there's no real way to do that. And I just kind of brushed it all off, that was a big hassly thing, whatever. And I completely forgot about this product right here. PlayStation TV. Didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. And for my birthday, I opened up Kim's present, and I pull out this, and I was just thinking to myself, oh yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I thought it could only, certain games would work on it, like it would be a big pain in the ass. Well, no, it wasn't. I got out of the box in about 5 minutes, I hooked it all up, and I'd already had the games on the PSP, on the Vita, and I just looked them up. Boom! In fact, what I did was I took my Vita card straight out and I put it straight into this thing. Boom! The game's already ready to go. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe how easy it was. It was very, very cool. So yeah, I've been loving this device. I've been playing all the Ys games on my TV. The resolution isn't bad, to be honest with you. It's what you're gonna expect, right? So it's not like crystal clear, but it's pretty good. It just gives me the ability to play a lot of the games on the Vita on the TV. And I didn't think I could do that. So big props to Kim for that one. Very cool present. And here's something I got before Christmas. And let me tell you this. Some guy was selling his entire Dragon Quest collection online. And I got in touch with him about one item that I was really kind of fascinated about. And he said he'd sell it to me for like $170 and it was super rare and blah, blah, blah. And I just was feeling kind of like, that's kind of expensive. I'm not doing that. And it's for a Laserdisc. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I got in touch with one of my friends on YouTube here, XCornMuffinX. I mentioned him in some other Game Stuff episodes. He keeps coming into these Game Stuff episodes. It's really funny. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I can get you a copy. It's not that expensive in Japan. It's way less than that for like $50. And I'm like, what? Yeah, let's do it. So he sent me this copy of Dragon Quest Fantasia video. Here we go. So what this is it's live. I can't show you any footage because Square Enix is such a bitch online with this stuff, but I'll describe it to you. It's a Dragon Quest orchestra playing. So you see the orchestra playing, and overlaid over that is video of like a Dragon Quest semi-movie, a special, if you'd call it that, about these kids that go on a quest to defeat the Dragon Lord and fight slimes on the way, go into towns. And I gotta tell you, I was surprised how good and how cool and how funny some of the live action shots were of these kids going to towns and recreating the Dragon Quest universe in live action. And it's really it really reminds you of some of those old Power Rangers kind of explosions and stuff going on for spells. But it was really, really fun, and the slimes in it are fucking creepy as shit. But me and Kim watched it. I think it's 45 minutes long. It's on Laserdisc. Remember Laserdisc? Look at this. Look at that. There's a Laserdisc for you. Yeah, back in the day before DVD. They came out in about 82. That was when they first originally were created. But Laserdisc, this was the way to collect anime and movies and all that. And I'm going to do an episode on Laserdiscs in the future. But this was this is how you put them. You put them in your Laserdisc player, and a laser would read it. And they were the best ways to watch this stuff. They were the highest quality, the best quality sound, and Dragon Quest Fantasia, you can't get it on DVD or anything like that. So this is a very, very rare type of thing. And you know what this reminded me of? And I'm going to show a little bit of this because it's funny. Years ago, maybe 2005, I shot with Rob and another friend of mine, Gary, my own stupid live-action Dragon Quest movie. I shot pieces of it, and I'm showing it right now. You guys are looking at this. This is just me and Rob and Gary having fun, going out, just having fun, not trying to be professional or anything like that. Just trying to piece something together. It's just a lot of fun, and yeah, I can't believe we made that movie. I've never released it. It's so bad. You know, if I ever put it out, people are like, "Oh my god, you guys suck." But it was just something we did for fun back in the day, and that's what this reminded me of, which was really funny. Next up, onto some movies. Now, on my birthday, I watched something that it's one of my favorite animated movies. And I watched it on Blu-ray. And it's not on Blu-ray over here, but there's been UK versions, and this is the Australian version. And this is by Madman Entertainment, and is Transformers the Animated Movie. A movie of my childhood, a movie that is so ingrained in my childhood. I loved Generation 1. I grew up on that. I originally saw Generation 1. I went to a pharmacy one day, you know, and they used to have a little comic book stand, and this is in 1984, and one day I saw a Transformers comic on there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I bought it, and I read this comic, and boom, 2 days later, the cartoon comes out. And I just got addicted to it. Transformers was the coolest thing to me and all my friends when we were younger. It was awesome. And then in '87, they released this badass motherfucking movie, Transformers the Animated Movie. And it is epic. And one day I'll do an entire review on this movie because it's fucking awesome. So I watched it on my birthday. And now here's the thing about, for me, importing the Australian version here. The movie plays perfectly and looks the best it's ever going to look on Blu-ray because it's such an old movie, right? It's such an old animated movie. The one thing that does not work, and here's something for anybody who imports this, the special features don't work. You can't access them. They were shot in another resolution. I think they were 480, you know, they're smaller resolution. So for some reason on the PS4, it just doesn't register, and the PS3 it doesn't register. So there's some really interesting special features that I can't even get to. But I was able to see the movie for my birthday. What a fucking treat. Christmas. The UPS guy knocked on my door and I'm like, what's this about? Like, I can't remember ordering anything. And I completely forgot that I had ordered the Amazon exclusive Cowboy Bebop by Funimation on Blu-ray. Now, let me take you back. This to me is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. It's up there. It's up there with Macross and quite a few others. It's really high, and I almost think it's one of the last best shows to ever come out of Japan. I mean, from a certain era, from the 90s. You know, I mean, Cowboy Bebop is so mature. It's so, in some ways, so super powerful. The characters are fun and entertaining. The stories, each individual story is its own little story, but there is an arc story that goes all the way through it. It's really mature storytelling, and they've really created an incredible world with Cowboy Bebop. And I'm telling you, look at this here. Here's my original Cowboy Bebop Blu-rays that I bought back in the day. And these are expensive. Man, these were like $30 to $40 each. And they all had like 4 episodes on each. And this was the way to do it on DVD back in the day. And I've always loved this. I watched it so many times through on DVD. Such a big fan of Cowboy Bebop. I always was. So, how did the Blu-rays stack up? Really well. The video looks fantastic. It's the best it's gonna look. It's on Blu-ray. You gotta love it. It's 4x3, but it looks great. It was never shot in widescreen. Who gives a shit? It looks awesome. But I do have one nitpick. I do have one small nitpick. For some reason, the audio mastering is so low. So, meaning that for most DVDs I put in, I'll just talk about it from this point of view. I put into my DVD player and through my stereo. I turn it on 23, so I'm 23. Perfect. For Cowboy Bebop, I gotta crank it all the way up to 34 to really make it sound good. It's just, the audio is very, very low. So you have to really crank up your stereos. That's my only nitpick. It's a small one. It's this box is really, really nice. Comes with an art book, all that good stuff. This is the Amazon exclusive, and yeah, it's beautiful. I'm so happy to be able to get old school animes on Blu-ray now. I'll collect them all, and I got a few more coming in a couple of months. Man, oh man, this is a long Game Stuff episode. During my time off during Christmas, I watched a Hayao Miyazaki film that I'd never seen. And it's one of the last Hayao Miyazaki films done by himself. And what a way to go. I mean, what a love letter, not only to himself, but to his fans. Now, Hayao Miyazaki is such a fanatic of flying. And you can tell that through all of his films. He loves flying, and he loves old planes, and he loves just that whole era of early flight. And so he does a film here called The Wind Rises. And this movie has so much emotional impact. I didn't really know how much this movie hit me until a couple of days later. And I don't want to give away the story because I didn't know what the story was going in. And I watched it. And it was some of the things were such a surprise, so I don't want to give away anything. It's just about an engineer working on some of the early planes in Japan. That's all I'm going to say. And it's about him from being young to getting older. And man, I got a few goosebumps from that. It's a movie a couple of days later, it hit me and I was like, this is a work of art, a work of genius, and such a work of passion from Hayao Miyazaki, and what a final film for him. I mean, it couldn't get any more picture perfect. I mean, I highly recommend seeing this film. I highly recommend seeing this film. Okay, another Hayao Miyazaki film. This was for Kim. I got this for Kim for Christmas. She has it on DVD. She loves Kiki's Delivery Service. It's a charming film by Hayao Miyazaki about a young witch. Guys, just go and check it out. It's a really wonderful film. Here we go. Princess Mononoke, another film I watched. There's a bunch of these were released on Blu-ray this Christmas. I had to pick them all up. I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna get serious here again. I forgot how much I love this film. You know, I was in film school and I remember we had a copy on VHS that Rob had gotten from Japan, and we just worshipped the film. I mean, it was just, we'd never seen such an incredibly animated film and such a wonderful story with such a cool message. A lot of Hayao Miyazaki films always have multiple messages in them, and this, I forgot how inspirational this movie was for me as an artist. The music, the artistry in it, the paintings, the backgrounds, the animation were incredible. Such an inspiration, and it reminded me of a present my mom and sister got for me back, I think 1999, 2000. Here we go. I've never been able to show this before. It's a 3 VHS set on the making of Princess Mononoke from Japan. And these are all, look at this. These are all the Japanese VHSs here. And I watched that Christmas morning, and it was so crazy to watch Hayao Miyazaki animate. And it's funny, the Japanese, they animate back, well, even backwards from American animation. American animation, you flip this way, where Japan, you flip this way. It's really interesting to watch him animate, and what a guy Hayao Miyazaki is. I've never, not only does he come up with the stories and the characters, but he also animates. He animated so much of Princess Mononoke. It's ridiculous. And not a lot of people know that he's not just a guy who's like a director, yeah, do this, do that. He's in the trenches there as well. That's how much he cares about his films. And Princess Mononoke, if you haven't seen it, get off the fucking couch, go get it, and then get back the fuck on the couch and watch it. It's that good. Now, my friend Andrew, he got me a couple of things. He got me the Inkle. Unfortunately, I already had it. But he also got me Space Battleship Yamato for Christmas, and the live-action version. And you know what? It's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Space Cruiser Yamato, Star Blazers over here. To see a live-action version, it's cheesy, yes. Is it fun? Yeah. What more could they do? It's a bit of the hokey acting from the Japanese, but it's fun to see the Yamato blasting its cannons, and the CG of that. It's a fun movie. Do I recommend it? Yeah, if you like Space Cruiser Yamato, you can't go wrong. It's a fun movie. Oh, here. Look at this. Can you see that? This should have been an amiibo. This is from Japan. This is ultra detail figure. UUF 177. I don't know if there's a number for it or not. I think it is. Looking on the back here at some of the other ones. But this is Link from the original Legend of Zelda. So, oh my god. This is so cool to have. And I saw it on my friend Splatter Trigger's Facebook page, and I'm like, what? There's an original figure from the original Legend of Zelda, my favorite in the series? I had to own this figure. And hopefully with these amiibos in the future, they create like a classic series. So they have the original Link from Legend of Zelda, even Zelda 2, like do all those types of versions. I'm already setting myself up for a fall here. No more amiibos, my god. But it'd be pretty cool. So very cool to get this figure. I had to import this from Japan. Okay, we're ending up with a couple of books. The Dungeon Master's Guide for the new Dungeons and Dragons, and a scenario, The Rise of Tiamat. Now, what can I say about the new Dungeons and Dragons? I started playing it. Me and Rob played it on the trip down from Portland, as I said. But we've continued the adventure, and I'm still a player character, and I'm loving it. And we got a whole new group of people that we're playing with every week, and it's a lot of fun now. I'm liking the new Dungeons and Dragons, let me tell you. I'm really liking it. I like the rules a lot. It's a lot of fun, but as I've said before, it ain't about the rules. It's about the DM, and I got a great DM, let me tell you. It's a lot of fun, but we're getting together every few weeks, and we're playing. We're playing still the starter set. We're still playing the starter set, and we're near the end of it. Tomorrow, we should finish it. So looking forward to that, and then maybe we can move on to the DM can take this book and take us on the adventures of the Rise of Tiamat and stuff like that. So loving it. One more note. I thought the game was here, but it's with Kim in the other room. For Kim, for Christmas, I bought her Fantasy Life on the DS by Level 5, and all I'm going to say is I never see Kim anymore. She's 60 hours into the game, and it's a game where you can play multiple lives and do multiple things within the game, and it's highly addictive. It's a game that I don't think I'd ever have time to play because it's so insane. Like, you can level up each individual character, you can be a woodsman in it, a fisherman, like an alchemist, all that kind of stuff. And you can customize your house, how you look. It's never ending, and that's the thing. So I kind of doomed Kim for that. So how our lives are right now is every night we're doing different things. Kim is like this. It's funny to see somebody else playing video games as well. It's really funny to see somebody else who's addicted. I'm almost walking in the room. I'm like, man, stop playing video games, you'll rot your brain. So, but I'm glad she's loving the game. It's been a Christmas present that was well worth it. She's definitely, getting her money's worth out of that game. So I'm really happy about that. So, guys, I've come to the end of this Game Stuff episode. We're finally there. So, anyways, guys, until next time.
Hold back. I think there's something in the bushes. Vandar, don't underestimate these slimes. They can be tricky. Vandar? Vandar? Vandar!